Do you find it hard to believe in yourself? Do you tend to have negative thoughts that hold you back from moving forward in life? Your thoughts can sometimes be your biggest enemy. It can be hard to see the bright side of things, especially when it feels like everything is working against you. However, even though life may seem bleak right now, it's not always as bad as it seems. When you start to become aware of your negative thoughts, it's important to challenge them. By practicing the tips we're going to share with you today, you'll be able to rewrite your negative thoughts and live a happier, healthier life. Number 1, be aware. The first step to rewriting your negative thoughts is to simply be aware of them. You can't change something if you don't acknowledge its existence. So take some time each day to sit down and reflect on your thoughts. What are you telling yourself? Are these thoughts helpful or harmful? This means looking at the situation from a different angle and finding the good in it. Let's say you're stuck in traffic. Instead of getting angry and frustrated, try to reframe the situation. Think about all the good things that could come out of being stuck in traffic. Maybe you'll have some extra time to relax or catch up on your phone calls. Maybe you'll get a chance to listen to some calming music. By reframing your thoughts, you're training your brain to focus on the positive. And over time, this will help you to see the good in every situation. Once you become aware of your negative thoughts, you can start to challenge them and see if they're really true. This is the only way you can truly get rid of those thoughts and replace them with more positive ones. Practice gratitude. One of the best ways to rewrite your negative thoughts is to practice gratitude. When you're grateful, you refocused on the positive things in your life, and this makes it easier to see the good in every situation. To practice gratitude, simply take a few minutes each day to think about all the things you're grateful for. It could be something simple, like having a roof over your head or being surrounded by loved ones. Be kind to yourself. Being kind to yourself is essential to rewriting your negative thoughts. When you're constantly judging and criticizing yourself, it's hard to see the good in yourself and your life. However, when you treat yourself with kindness and compassion, it becomes much easier to focus on the positive. To be kinder to yourself, start by acknowledging your negative thoughts. Once you become aware of your negative thoughts, challenge them and see if they're really true. Then replace them with more positive and compassionate thoughts. For example, instead of saying, "I'm so stupid," say, "I'm only human." Everyone makes mistakes. Be patient with yourself as you learn to think more positively. It takes time to break old habits, but with practice, you can become more kind to yourself. As you think of each thing, take a deep breath and really appreciate it. Take action. This could be setting small goals for yourself each day or taking steps to achieve your long-term goals. Taking action helps you to focus on the positive and believe in yourself. It also helps you to build momentum. When you start to see yourself accomplishing small goals, it gives you the confidence to take on bigger challenges. So if you want to rewrite your negative thoughts, start by taking small actions each day. Setbacks are inevitable, but don't let them stop you from moving forward. Every step you take is a step in the right direction. This helps you to believe in yourself and your ability to achieve your goals. Visualize success. Visualization is a powerful tool that can help you rewrite your negative thoughts. To visualize success, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and imagine yourself succeeding. See yourself achieving your goals and overcoming obstacles. Feel the emotions associated with success. The more vivid and detailed your visualizations are, the more powerful they'll be. You can also use visualization to improve your performance. For example, if you're an athlete, visualize yourself making the winning shot or crossing the finish line first. If you're a student, visualize yourself acing that test or presentation. By visualizing success, you're training your brain to believe in yourself. And this will help you to overcome negative thoughts and achieve your goals. However, If you limit your exposure to negative inputs, it becomes much easier to maintain a positive mindset. Limit your negative inputs. What you input into your mind can have a big impact on how you think. To limit your negative inputs, start by identifying the sources of negativity in your life. This could include negative people, TV shows, or even social media accounts. Once you become aware of these sources, start to distance yourself from them. This doesn't mean you have to cut everyone who has ever said a negative thing to you out of your life. But it does mean that you need to be mindful of the company you keep. Be careful of the messages you're receiving and make sure they're positive and uplifting. By limiting your exposure to negativity, you're creating an environment where it's easier to think positively. Be mindful. Mindfulness is another powerful tool you can use to rewrite your negative thoughts. Mindfulness is simply being aware of the present moment without judgment. Meditation is a practice that has been used for centuries to calm the mind and body and reduce stress. There are many different ways to meditate, but all of them involve focusing your attention on something peaceful and still. This could be your breath, a candle flame, or even just the sound of your own voice. To meditate, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit down in a comfortable position and close your eyes. Focus your attention on your breath as you inhale and exhale. As you continue to breathe, let your thoughts drift by. Don't try to push them away or hold on to them. Just let them go. If you start to feel negative thoughts creeping in, gently remind yourself to focus on your breath. Continue meditating until you feel calm and relaxed. Even just a few minutes of meditation can make a difference in how you feel. When you're mindful, you're focused on your breath, your body, and the world around you. This helps you to be present and to enjoy the moment. Reframe your thoughts. Another way to rewrite your negative thoughts is to simply reframe them. Just because you think something doesn't mean it's true. Instead, ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have to support this thought? In this example, you probably can't come up with any real evidence to support the thought. When you realize that this thought isn't true, you can start to challenge it. Ask yourself, what would be a more balanced way to think about this situation? A more balanced thought might be, I made a mistake, but that doesn't mean I'm stupid. By challenging your negative thoughts, you're training your brain to think more positively. With a little effort, you can retrain your brain to think more positively. These are just a few tips to help you rewrite your negative thoughts. We hope these tips have been helpful. If you have any other advice for us, please leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.